She said, "I cheated on you while you were in the hospital. I thought you wouldn't make it." I replied, "Good. Then you won't be surprised by what happens next." Her shock when she found out I'd already transferred the lease, moved my money, and told her parents exactly why she was coming back home. My name is Cole Turner. I never imagined my relationship would fall apart the exact moment I was fighting just to stay alive, but I guess life doesn't really care about timing. I'd been with Jessica for 5 years. We had our issues like everyone else, but nothing ever made me think she would burn everything to the ground the way she eventually did. The accident happened on a Tuesday night. A pickup ran a red light and hit my driver's side. I remember the metal crushing in, the airbag slamming into my chest, and then nothing for a few minutes. When the paramedics woke me, all I could do was gasp. It felt like someone was squeezing my ribs from the inside. My phone got destroyed in the crash, so I couldn't contact anyone myself. The hospital called Jessica for me. I thought she would rush in, panicked, crying, hugging me, something. She showed up for 15 minutes. She left early because she had to get some sleep for work. She came back 2 days later, stayed maybe 20 minutes. Then she disappeared for 9 days. I was hooked to machines, trying to breathe without feeling like knives were in my lungs. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't shower alone. I could barely move. But Jessica? She texted the nurses a few short messages, and that was it. When I finally got discharged, she picked me up. She didn't hug me, didn't hold my hand. She just said, "You look better than the last time I saw you." The last time she saw me was 9 days earlier. The second we got home, everything felt wrong. Not dramatic wrong, just off. In a way you can't explain, but you feel. Jessica wasn't hostile. She wasn't angry. She was distant, cold in a way that didn't match the situation. She'd come home and rush straight to the shower. She kept her phone glued to her hand. She worked late almost every night, even though her job never required overtime. She closed her laptop every time I came near. She flinched when I tried to put my arm around her, and I kept making excuses for her. She's stressed. She's overwhelmed. She thought she might lose me. She's still processing. But all of those thoughts were lies I told myself because the alternative felt worse. I didn't want to think my girlfriend cheated while I was stuck in a hospital bed trying to breathe. The truth showed itself anyway. One night, she was in the shower. Her phone buzzed nonstop on the nightstand. I picked it up instinctively, planning to bring it to her in case it was something urgent. Before I could even take a step, the screen lit up. One message, then another. "So, when do I get to see you again? Last week was insane. Did he make it out of the hospital yet? You said he might not survive." 3 messages. 3 nails in the coffin. Everything I've been feeling for the past few weeks snapped into focus. Jessica wasn't stressed. She wasn't scared. She wasn't emotionally overwhelmed. She was busy with someone else. I put the phone back exactly where it was and sat down on the couch. It felt like the air had just been sucked out of my lungs. Jessica walked out of the bathroom in a towel, saw the phone on the table, saw my face, and froze. Her first words weren't, "Are you okay?" Or, "Let me explain." They were, "Why are you touching my phone?" I said it lit up. I saw what was on the screen. That was it. Simple. Flat. She opened her mouth, closed it, opened it again, like she was flipping through excuses in her head and none of them fit. She tried anyway. "It's not what you think." I cut her off. I saw it, "Jessica, don't make this worse." Everything she had been holding back broke. She sat down, shaking, wiping her face with her towel. "I was going to tell you," she said. She wasn't. We both knew that. She rambled through half-formed explanations. Panic, stress, loneliness, thinking I wouldn't make it. None of it sounded like a reason. All of it sounded like noise. When she finally stopped talking, I said one thing. "I was lying in a hospital bed trying to breathe, and you were with someone else." She started crying again, harder than before. Not because she hurt me, but because she realized what she stood to lose. She said, "We can fix this, right? You love me. We can work through it." And I answered the only way that felt honest. "Good. Then you won't be surprised by what happens next." She looked confused, panicked. "What do you mean? What did you do?" I stood up slowly and said, "I found out enough to prepare myself." Her breathing got uneven. She wrapped the towel around her tighter, like the room suddenly felt colder. "Prepare yourself for what?" she whispered. I didn't answer yet. Not because I wanted to be dramatic, because she needed a moment to understand that the person sobbing in front of me was the same person who went to bed with someone else while I was hooked to monitors. And she needed to understand I was done being the one who begged. She cheated because she thought I wouldn't make it. And ironically, the only reason I didn't break down right there was because I had survived. Jessica kept asking the same question like it would magically change the answer. What did you do, Cole? I didn't drag it out. I didn't play games. I just told her the truth, piece by piece. I took my name off the shared lease, I said. Then I renewed it under my name alone. Jessica blinked like I'd spoken a different language. You win. A week ago. Why would you even? Because I already knew something was off, I said. And I wasn't about to let you screw up my life on top of screwing someone else. She kept shaking her head like she could undo reality just by refusing to accept it. You can't just kick me out. I didn't kick you out, I said. I took back my life before you had the chance to destroy any more of it. Her mouth dropped open, but no words came out. I moved on. We didn't have joint finances, I said. We just had my money in shared accounts. She stiffened immediately. Cole, it's gone, I said. Moved. Locked. Private. You can't. That money was for both of us. No, I said. That money was for two people building a future. You weren't one of them. She stepped forward, desperate. Cole, please, I messed up, but you can't just erase everything. I'm not erasing anything, I said. I'm correcting it. Jessica looked like she was starting to understand that this wasn't a fight she could cry her way out of. Her voice cracked. What else did you do? I told your parents what happened. Her whole body froze. It was like someone hit a pause button on her. You told them? Yes. What exactly did you say? The truth, I replied. Who he is, what happened, what he texted you. Jessica's legs buckled a little. My parents are going to kill me. They're adults, I said. They'll deal. No. Cole, please, you don't understand. I do, I said. And they'll be here soon. I told them you'd be moving back in tonight. Her breathing turned shaky and uneven, like she was trying to keep from drowning. You're sending me away. I'm sending you home, I corrected. You lost every right to build a home with me. Jessica covered her face with both hands. Please, Cole, I love you. Please don't do this. I looked at her for a long moment, not out of hesitation, just to acknowledge the final truth between us. You cheated on me while I was in a hospital bed, I said. That tells me everything I need to know. She tried to reach for me. I stepped back. I'm not punishing you, I said. I'm just done. For a second, she looked like she might faint. She whispered, You really don't care anymore? I answered honestly. I cared until I saw those messages. After that, something in me shut off. Jessica didn't try to speak again. There was nothing left to argue. She destroyed something I didn't even realize was fragile until it was gone. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't cry. I didn't get revenge. I just made decisions. Decisions that didn't include her. I sat back down on the couch. She sat on the floor, holding the edges of her towel, like she was afraid the whole world might fall apart if she let go. In a way, it already had, and she wasn't ready for the final part of it. Jessica sat on the floor for a long time, shaking, wiping her face with the towel, trying to steady her breathing. She didn't say much after that. She just kept whispering, Please don't make me go, like I had any reason left to keep her here. I heard her parents before they even knocked. Her dad's heavy footsteps. Her mom's quiet voice. Jessica froze when the doorbell rang. The color drained from her face. Cole, please don't open it. I didn't answer. I walked to the door and opened it. Her parents stepped inside, both looking exhausted and ashamed. Not angry at me. Not defensive. Just disappointed in their daughter. Her mom said quietly, Where is she? Jessica tried to pull herself together, wiping her face and fixing her towel like any of it mattered now. She stood up and avoided her parents' eyes. Her dad didn't bother raising his voice. That somehow made it worse. We're going home, he said. Jessica let out a small sob, the kind that sounds like someone trying to breathe through a broken chest. Dad, I can explain. No, he said. You can explain later. Right now, you pack your things. She looked at me like she still expected me to defend her. I didn't move. Jessica's mom pulled her into a hug, but it wasn't comforting. It was the kind of hug people give when they don't know how else to respond. Jessica whispered, "Please don't make me leave. Cole, please say something." I finally looked at her. "I did say something," I said. "You just didn't like what you heard." Her dad grabbed the duffel bag she usually used for weekend trips and tossed it on the bed. "Pack enough for now," he said. "We'll come back for the rest later." Jessica finally moved. Slow, shaky, like she was underwater. She took clothes off hangers and put them in the bag without looking at them. Every few minutes, she'd glance at me like she was waiting for me to stop this. I didn't. She zipped the bag, wiped her eyes again, and walked to the door. She paused, like she wanted a final chance to rewrite everything. "Cole, I don't know what to say." "That's fine," I said. "There's nothing left to say." Her dad opened the door. Jessica stepped out slowly. Before she left, she looked at me one last time with a face full of regret, fear, and realization. "This doesn't have to be the end," she whispered. "It already is," I replied. She didn't argue. She just nodded like someone accepting a sentence they knew they earned. Her parents walked her to the car. The door shut. The engine started. They drove away. And just like that, the house was quiet again. Not empty. Not lonely. Just peaceful. I sat on the couch and let myself breathe without the weight of pretending everything was okay. Over the next week, Jessica called, texted, emailed, all blocked. Friends told me she was a mess, crying, apologizing, trying to get sympathy. I didn't react. I wasn't angry anymore. She made her choice when she climbed into someone else's bed while I was lying in a hospital one. She gambled that I wouldn't make it out. She lost twice. She lost me. And she lost every part of the life she thought she'd get to keep. People ask why I didn't give her another chance. Simple. You don't cheat on someone who almost died. You don't run to someone else the second things get hard. You don't leave a person to fight alone and then expect them to carry you afterward. She cheated because she thought I wouldn't live. I walked away because I did.